And now, from 12 Studios, this is News 12 Now.
Today is Thursday, February 13th. Welcome to News 12 Now. I'm Kylie Dedman. 28 people are injured after a car drove through a crowd in Germany. CBS's Tina Kraus has the details.
Police swarmed the scene in the German city of Munich after a driver plowed into a crowd at a labor union rally, injuring more than 24 people, including children. Authorities suspect it was an attack and arrested the man behind the wheel, a native of Afghanistan seeking asylum in Germany. The region's governor demanded consequences,
Anschlag zu Anschlag,
saying we can't go from one attack to another without anything happening. 3 weeks ago, a 2-year-old boy and a man were killed in a knife attack in a German park. The suspect, an Afghan man whose asylum application was rejected. Thursday's incident came just hours before Vice President J.D. Vance and other world leaders arrived for the annual Munich Security Conference. Police don't believe the attack is tied to the event, but they've ramped up patrols in Germany's third largest city. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
Today's car attack comes 10 days before Germans head to the polls in a key election, with the debate over migration high on the campaign agenda. Well, new this afternoon, Paris police are investigating after a delivery driver says they were held up while taking food to a home. It happened today on West Kaufman near 4th Street. They say the suspect reportedly pulled a gun on the driver and took off with the food and cash. Police say the driver went to the home where the food was being delivered, and they said they did not place an order. The FBI is warning about a phishing scam involving road toll payments being sent through text messages. They say it's happening across the country, including here in Texas. The text will say there's an outstanding tolls balance and has a link to click on. That's when the scammers not only try to get your money, but also personal information, as well as including your driver's license number. If you get the text, don't click on it, but instead call the toll road authority directly to confirm any balance. An update on some mystery seeds being shipped to unsuspecting Texans. State Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller says his office has received 17 seed packets so far, and that the mystery seeds are also being reported in Florida and Washington. Several state and federal agencies are investigating. The seeds are coming in the mail, usually shipped from China. If you receive the mystery seeds, Miller's office reminds residents not to open the package, do not plant them, and to report it immediately. He also says his office will destroy them for free.
And taking a live look outside on our TMC tower cam, mostly clear skies, a lot of blue up there, and a few light cirrus clouds as well. It's looking really nice out there. The only problem is that it's still really cold. 24-hour temperature change, all negative all the way across. You got still some big drops, a little better than the -20 we had earlier this morning, but there's really nothing great about below freezing temperatures when we're in the afternoon. 32 on the nose out in Antlers and Hugo, but still very cold. But we started even colder earlier this morning, in large part because of this northerly wind chill, which is still affecting us at this hour. We still have a 19 feels like temperature up in Sulphur, 20 down in Durant. So it is chilly out there, and this northerly wind flow is to blame. 5 to 10 miles an hour, and then the wind gusts, well, a few of those still on there, 16 in Bonham, not as strong as they were this morning, but as we go later on in the day, it'll still keep temperatures cold. Now, we do have some clouds moving in overnight. That's going to help us warm up, but hold on. We got a cold front coming through this weekend. I'll break it all down in your forecast coming up.
Well, a second environmental impact hearing in Howe for a concrete plant was held last night after the first meeting was canceled back in November. The company had pulled out just moments before the hearing was supposed to start. News 12's Austin Hedgecoth was in Sherman last night for Take 2.
This is a public hearing being conducted by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality.
Preferred Materials LLC has once again applied for a permit to build a concrete batch plant in Grayson County, and the process is moving quickly the second time around.
This location is not ideal, where it's located 2 miles up the county road on a couple of S-curves.
The batch plant is slated to go along Bennett Road near the border of South Sherman and North Howe.
We know it's needed for the development coming here, but we also want the right growth or right commercial that's coming in here.
Concrete batch plants mix materials like sand, water, and cement to make concrete, which is then sent to construction sites. At the meeting, residents said they don't think Bennett Road is the right spot for this one.
I have a huge pond. How is it going to affect my fish that are in there?
They canceled our November hearing at the last minute. There's no one here tonight to represent them. They don't care about us.
We will be good neighbors, but you have to abide by the laws, and we're going to hold you to them.
And while it doesn't affect the air quality permit, residents are also concerned about the big trucks driving down small roads.
We have purchased weight measure scales, and we are having some of our deputies being trained in order to stop these trucks on our county roads, make sure they are under the weight limits of our county roads.
The TCEQ now has about 1 month to approve or deny the permit. News 12 will continue to follow this story. In Sherman, Austin Hedgecoth, News 12.
Gainesville schools are hoping to pass a nearly $60 million bond issue this spring. The district says the money would allow the district to fix up its older buildings, add a new addition to the high school with the culinary and visual arts centers, and a health science lab. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt held a short press conference yesterday where many questions were asked about the tension between him and State Superintendent Ryan Walters. Stitt says he wants the focus of Oklahoma's education to be centered around the children and not use them as political pawns. He says the reason he's intervening now is because of the needless political drama he says has entered Oklahoma's education system.
I know he's running for another office and trying to get headlines, and so he can do that all he wants. But when we focus on the kids and we focus on outcomes, let's make sure that we're keeping the kids at the center. And so, you know, when you've got failing test scores and you've got this kind of turmoil and drama, and he's the superintendent of education, he needs to be held accountable for that. And we need a fresh set of eyes on those boards.
2 of the 3 board members removed by Stitt are now on Superintendent Walters' Trump Advisory Committee as co-chairs. Today, Oklahoma Attorney General Getner Drummond, who is running for governor in 2026, addressed Stitt's new appointees to the State Education Board, saying he hopes they exercise judgment independent from the governor and State Superintendent Walters. He reminded that Walters is one member of the board but does not control the board. And more cases have been reported in the measles outbreak in West Texas. State health officials say rural Gaines County now has 24 cases. All of them are among unvaccinated residents. Most are in children between the ages of 5 and 17. Gaines County has a particularly low vaccination rate compared to the rest of the country. Meanwhile, a measles case has also been confirmed in La County, New Mexico, just over the border from Gaines. The unvaccinated teenager reportedly had no exposure history to the Texas outbreak. Bird flu, a virus that is rapidly evolving and has already affected cattle, poultry, and various types of felines across the nation. A Whitesboro veterinarian says during this outbreak of high-path AI, you and your pets should avoid any raw, unprocessed foods and unpasteurized milk. She shares part of the reason of the spread is because some believe unprocessed food is the way to go.
Is because they haven't seen it. But raw foods and unpasteurized dairy products do cause diseases in third world countries, and people do die from them. They just don't always die from them in the United States.
Dr. Hillsberg says there are significant health risks that could be avoided by feeding yourself and furry friends fully cooked meats and poultry. She is among the many vets who are the first line of defense when it comes to identifying these diseases before they get into people.
Thank you for watching today's News 12 Now. Make sure to subscribe so you find out why Texoma turns to us. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook, where you'll see more social media exclusive content. Want more News 12 Now? Watch us live every weekday through the KXII app on your phone or TV and through our website.